Open it close?
No.
Give me a second. A couple of- So no rest for you, huh?
I don't need much.
You're used to it.
Hey, it's Bill. On TB9, do you mind rolling on what I have? It's the Providence homicide presser.
So it's not gonna
I
be
think
much
they
to
were
give you
planning
today,
on-
but I just wanted to
But they, do
let
this
you
live?
know what we're dealing with.
Yeah, it's happening right now. Yep. Awesome. Cool. Thank you. Probably some random names. Probably some random guy. Literally never.
Here we go.
Really bad? What?
Who?
What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
What? Everybody ready?
I'm ready when you are, sir.
So, last night, before 8:30, we had two vehicles driving on Charles Street, right past the Marriott, and as they got to the Kelly Sunoco station, one of the vehicles pulled up on the other, and shots were fired. Several shots were fired, striking one person who was in the other vehicle. He later was pronounced dead at Rhode Island Hospital. There's not much more I can give you right now. We're out there as I speak, and trying to piece this together.
Do you have a name of the victim?
Yeah, so we were just able to get family members early this morning, so we're not going to put that out until later today to give them a chance to let the extended family know.
Male? Tell us how old?
24-year-old man.
From Providence?
Yes.
Major, do you know the nature of the encounter? Was there a chase, or were these two groups that ran into each other at the gas station?
We don't know yet. Honestly, don't know. We'll find out.
Is the driver cooperating, the driver that drove the victim to the hospital?
They're out, cooperating witnesses. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know who you're looking for?
Well, I'm not going to put that out yet.
Okay,
It's still
fair enough.
Too early.
Where was the victim sitting in the vehicle?
We believe, this is just what we believe right now. He ended up in the rear seat, in the rear passenger. So whether he was there when he was shot, or he may have been in the front passenger seat, we don't know.
And multiple shots fired.
Yes.
Do you have a sense how many, or?
Well, there were several. I mean, the car was hit numerous times. So,
And this was in passing, or had they stopped, or,
we don't know.
Do you know what kind of weapon was used?
It looks like a handgun, maybe possibly a 9mm.
But Major, this was targeted. This wasn't just some random.
I gotta
We're
be
still
honest
unknown.
with you. Right now, we just don't know. It's still. I would say yes. With everything that we're looking at, it appears that it was a targeted shooting. But I can't tell you for sure right now.
Do we know how many people were in each car involved here? So the victim's car and the suspect's car?
We believe right now there were two people in the victim's car, and the suspect's car we don't know right now.
Okay.
More than one weapon used?
It doesn't appear that way right now.
Did they return fire, or they were just being fired upon?
Right now, there's nothing there that shows us that they returned fire
Okay.
or had a weapon.
Does the victim have a previous record that could point towards any reason why he was targeted?
Not really.
Not really, or no?
Well,
I guess
I'm not gonna talk about victims' records.
Right.
Okay.
And so the answer would be no.
Fifth homicide of the year? In the city?
Third.
I'm sorry. So as for targeted, it's,
Like I said, things point to it that it is, but I can't say for sure right now.
Yeah.
So we wanna put it out there, wanna let people know what happened last night. But we are still fully engaged with this investigation.
Do you have persons of interest?
Well, I'm not gonna say it.
You don't want to say.
Were there witnesses? Were there some people on scene that maybe saw something?
Well, that, we're not gonna say either.
Okay.
I guess with the amount of shots that were fired, we noticed at least 11 evidence markers on the scene. Given that this is in the middle of the street, can you talk about how dangerous of a situation this was beyond, just the people that were involved?
Yeah, so obviously it was dangerous, and we know that. I mean, there's the chance that someone could get hit with a stray bullet, and we're very fortunate that no one did. And that's true in any shooting in any city in any town across the country. So there was a lot of shots fired, and that's why we work so hard to get these guns off the street so we can prevent this from happening in the future. And I think we've done a pretty good job so far, as you see by just the stats out there. And that's why we work hard every day.
Was the driver hit or injured at all?
No.
You mentioned that they were driving past the Marriott at one point. Is it believed that this started there, or that the hotel is involved in any way, or it's just?
No, we have nothing to show us that it was involved in any way. I'm just giving you that visual so you can picture it.
it looked like they were going north on Charles.
Yes.
Any reason to believe this is a road rage incident?
I wouldn't rule that out.
What kind of car was the victim inside?
I don't know how likely it is, but we can't rule it out because, like I said, it's still too early to rule anything out. I'm sorry?
What kind of car was the victim in?
He was in I believe it was a Honda.
We saw some cars being towed away from the scene. There was one that a reporter last night thought might have had an out-of-state plate. I noticed a ski mask in there. Is that vehicle connected in any way?
From the scene at Charles Street,
Yes.
I don't believe we towed any cars
Might have been-
in connection with this investigation. We did tow vehicles from Rhode Island Hospital, but not from
More than one vehicle?
2 vehicles.
2 vehicles.
Neither vehicle was
Yeah.
the suspect.
So, okay, there were a few different vehicles impounded. I'm looking at different notes. Why were those impounded?
Well, one of them, the suspect was in. I mean, the victim. I'm sorry. One of the vehicles the victim was in, and the other one was someone that showed up at the hospital to meet the victim there, and there were potential witnesses, and there could be potential evidence in the vehicles, so we have to take them in and check them out, and they're right downstairs now. So.
Any toxicology results from the victim or the driver?
No, I don't speak on those anyway.
Is it possible that another car was hit last night?
Another car?
Yeah.
Not that we know of.
Okay.
No. Okay. Sorry, that's all I can give you for now, but
That's good.
we're working on it.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Major.
Thank you.
What time do you think you'll release the victim's name?
By the end of the day, I want to give them some time
End
to
of day?
call their relatives and